confirmed the first batch of Pfizer vaccine has now made it to the U.S. It's being stored in Michigan. Of course, they're waiting for approval. The second vaccine maker, Moderna, saying they are now asking for emergency approval too. And they had some impressive numbers today, saying their vaccine is 94% effective. But they also said something else, that their vaccine in their trials was 100% effective against severe cases of the virus, meaning they saw no severe cases. And of course, this comes amid the reality tonight that the numbers are rising quickly. More than 13.5 million cases in this country, more than 4 million new cases this month alone. That accounts for nearly 1/3 of all cases since this pandemic began. More than 267,000 American lives lost. And tonight, with these new numbers, New York's governor now urging hospitals to prepare retired doctors and nurses to come back to work, and that he's also not ruling out some sort of a pause with the numbers rising so quickly. Los Angeles County with a new stay-at-home order. Rhode Island now setting up 2 field hospitals. And as we learn more about the Pfizer vaccine, the first batch now here in the U.S., tonight news on an important meeting that's going to be held tomorrow to decide who will get access to these vaccines first. And one of the leaders of Operation Warp Speed tonight saying anyone in the U.S. who wants a vaccine will have access to one by June. ABC's Steve Osunsami leading us off this Monday night from the CDC in Atlanta.
ABC News has confirmed that the first shipments of the Pfizer vaccine for the coronavirus have traveled by air from production in Belgium to a storage facility in Michigan, so that the minute the U.S. government says it's okay for emergency use, those first shots will be ready to rush across this country. United Airlines is flying the vaccine on chartered cargo flights.
I say that by January, we'll have 40 million doses to distribute across the country.
In just a few weeks, some of this country's healthcare workers and other first responders could get the drug before anyone else. But there aren't enough doses for all of them. And tomorrow, a panel at the CDC in Atlanta will decide who gets immunized first. Today, drug maker Moderna added more welcome hope to the effort by formally asking U.S. authorities for emergency use authorization of their potential vaccine, which they say is at least 94% effective and 100% effective preventing severe disease. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration could give the green light for emergency use to Pfizer after December 10th and Moderna after a hearing on December 17th.
We've been clear about the fact we're not going to cut corners, and the authorization process, although expedited, has very similar criteria to what we would use for the regular approval of a vaccine.
Right. Government officials believe most Americans should be able to get a vaccine by next June.
100% of Americans that want the vaccine will have had the vaccine by that point in time.
FedEx and UPS delivery services tonight are getting a hold of the dry ice that they'll need to ship the vaccine. A company that makes special freezers for the drug can't make them fast enough.
When you start to think about the logistics infrastructure to distribute 14 billion, the 2-dose scenario, 14 billion vaccines globally, that in itself starts to add up.